Yo, 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 what is going on, ladies and gentlemen? It's your boy, Pyro. Today, we're going to be taking a bit of a different turn. I know I haven't been on this channel in quite some time. We're going to be taking a dip into the music pool today and talk about the Kendrick and Cole beef today. Of course, we got Drake in there as well, but I got just a few points I want to go over. Some things, some inconsistencies, and some things I'd like to see come out of this beef. Of course, we got a full-fledged beef. It is Kendrick throwing shots at Cole and Drake. That's how most people see it. I see it a bit differently. But let's go ahead and get into the first point here. Of course, everybody, please make sure to like and subscribe if you like this sort of content. It lets me know and the YouTube algorithm know that, hey, Pyro's onto something. So like I said, let's get into this Kendrick and Cole beef. Let's get started. All right, so my first point I want to go over here is, of course, we always say that the first shot was thrown by Kendrick Lamar with that Like That verse inside of Metro Boomin and Future's new album. It was a surprise feature. Now he is listed on the actual song as a feature, but before, when it first came out, he was a hidden feature. So the music sleuths around here had to go looking for that and had to find it, and it was a great surprise. What I will say, I believe J. Cole threw some of the first shots here. Of course, we can, there are plenty of videos out there with the back and forth between Cole and Kendrick, and even some shots from Drake as well. Drake is well known as the subliminal king, so we're gonna have shots from Drake that aren't necessarily, could be refuted. Could say, oh, maybe he's talking about somebody else. But I think there's very specific thrown shot from J. Cole. So there's a line here that I think people might look over, but I think it was kind of the icing on the cake. I think it was the final straw that broke the camel's back for Kendrick. As it pertains to going back and forth with these guys, I think this was the line that said, hey, all right, cool, y'all are calling me out. That's enough. That's all I need to hear. Along with all the back and forth between Cole and Drake in this song, talking about how they're the big three, but then also excluding Kendrick, only saying his name once in the whole song. We do want to note that he does say his name in the song, so that's something we have to touch back on. But the line I'm in reference here, everybody steppers will fuck it, then everybody breakfast, and I'm about to clean up my plate. I know people look over that and say, oh, well, he could be talking about anybody else. Everybody steppers, that's just a term that, people use. Even the Genius annotation has low ratings on that, but I'm not gonna lie to you, man. Kendrick does not let shit like that slide, bro. Like, you could have said any other word. You could have said anything else to make that rhyme, but that feels like a direct call out. On top of everything else, all the little disrespects in this song, that I think was the thing that caused Kendrick to say, all right, it's time to get in the lab. On top of the song being very buddy with Cole and Drake kind of rubbing each other's back and saying, oh yeah, you're the best, but I'm the best. You're the best, but I'm the best, but we the best too. Like that back and forth meet riding, bro. I didn't care for it. I told my homies long before, I didn't care for that like back and forth meat riding because it felt a little weird. It's like, hold on, we grown men, like, y'all are in a competitive industry. Why are we like going back and forth rubbing each other's backs? Like, I get love, I get brotherly love and stuff like that, but I don't think that's what hip hop was necessarily started on, and I don't think that it always needs to be violent, and it hasn't been violent. This stuff has stayed strictly in the music, which is amazing because we've clearly evolved. What I will say, and I'm going to touch on, Cole's comeback here, the 7-minute drill. There's a lot of touching on like, oh yeah, I'm how my boys go and press you real life. Like, bro, this is music. Stop being weird. That's kind of how I feel about it. But y'all might have different opinions. But I think this stuff stays in the music. I don't think they have any real life beef. I don't think they're scrapping if they get in person. I don't think that's where it should go. I don't think that should even be brought up. I know Kendrick brought it up in his song as well, where, he said, I got 2 T's with me. I lost too many dudes to not play it safe, So it is rap beef. It is rap. You do have to cover your back. So I get that. But like the whole body bag line from Cole just didn't sit well with me. I'm just like, bro, what are we talking about? We're talking about rap here. We're talking about actual rap. There's some corny lines I thought from Cole, but I'm going to touch on that probably in another video. But I did want to touch on it just briefly here, just to bring it up. My second point, man, is Kendrick's message has always been consistently violent since day one. The control verse, all that stuff, man. I mean, I'm not gonna say that's his very beginnings, but like, Section 80, bro grew up in a violent, a off good kid, Mad City. Like, it's not the normal environment that you think of when you think about. It's definitely not where you would imagine someone coming out and saying, hey, I live the American dream now. He did not grow up in a great circumstance. From that, you get a different mindset. You get a different mindset about how you're going to go about your entire life. Those young years determine how you're going to be for the rest of your life. So I wouldn't expect Kendrick to be on no buddy, all, huggy-dory sort of deal. You remember the line he said where he didn't understand how, Kanye and Drake got back together. Maybe he has some growing to do. He's introspective and saying, hey, I understand, like, Maybe I don't understand that because I could never. And that's kind of where I'm taking it with this. Like you gotta listen to the dude. The dude has not been lying to you. In the control verse, he said he wants to murder you, nigga. You know, like make sure that nobody, your core fans, never heard of you. He's not playing with you, bro. He might be, you know, he might respect you man to man like you should. But when it comes to this rap stuff, he's not playing, bro. He's never been playing. 10 years later, he is still not playing with y'all, bro. And I'm not trying to be heard as a Kendrick Glazer, but I'm saying his message has been consistent. When we talk about Cole, we got, bro, I mean, the legacy has been diluted, man. Bro started off with the workout, you know what I'm saying? And one of the best songs we talk about when we talk about Cole, and I'm not gonna downplay it like bro isn't him, to be determined, but one of the best songs we talk about when we talk about Cole, we talk about him, you know, busting in the girl at math class, bro. Like, what are we talking about? You know, work out with me. Like, that's not like hitting. Like, you know, the newer music I can say definitely is on the conscious tip. Like, I definitely feel something from. I definitely understand where you're coming from. But Kendrick's always been on the same shit, bro. Section 80 on forward, bro. We can even look at his mixtapes, and I think his mixtapes are pretty mid, bro. But from Kendrick, mid is all right. That's all I'm gonna say on that, bro. I hope you guys enjoyed, you know, me going back and forth in this video. I'm gonna try to do more long content like format like this, with some gameplay behind it. I hope you guys enjoyed. I got another video coming out just talking strictly about J. Cole's reply. I think some items I'm gonna go over. Overall, I think it was a weak verse. I think it was a weak comeback. You know, he dropped a verse, he dropped the whole song, and I think it's a 5 out of 10, bro, max. There were so many L bars, so many in general inconsistencies and bad takes in that. I don't want to hate on J. Cole. I wanted J. Cole to go crazy on this. Kind of like two car companies going back and forth. You got Ford, you got Chevy, and you're going to get something great at the end of it. But this was just kind of mid, bro. Of course, this isn't a Kendrick Cole beef. This is a Kendrick versus J. Cole versus Drake beef. And then hopefully we get something from Drake. Of course, we know the boy's on tour, so it may be some time before we hear it. And hopefully it's just not a bunch of subliminals and weird shit on Twitter. I want to hear some music out of this, but you know, we may not even get, you know, we might not even get like 3 or 4 songs out of this. But the last thing is, you know, I'm trying not to be a Kendrick Glazer because that's what I've been told before. I'm not a Kendrick Glazer, bro. I feel like his message has been consistent, so I have no choice but to respect it. If he was on some flip flop, you know, pop stuff, you know, I guess you could say Humble's a little pop, but like, man, at the same time, dude, he's been on the same consistent message, you know. So that's where I am with it. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Take it easy.